Okay, guys, hey, welcome in to another edition of the Regular Guys DFS show. We are doing picks and parlays today, and we are focusing on the Friday evening slate of plays on Prize Picks. So we're just going to make this a short video, guys. We're going to go through my favorite plays on the Prize Picks slate tonight. Not a whole lot of options for Friday night, but I did find a few that I really do like. So before we get started with the video, a couple of things, guys. Please, if you don't mind, if you'd hit that like button, and maybe more importantly, hit that subscribe button. And then there's a little notification bell next to that. Hit that. That way you get notified every time we put out new videos. We're going to be putting out a lot, guys. It's football season. We got another one coming out either tonight or tomorrow, early tomorrow morning, with our handicap picks for the games tomorrow, as well as our Prize Picks plays. We've got a DFS video coming out for tomorrow. We didn't cash in DFS last night. We got close. Just a couple of guys we didn't have the right combinations on, but we'll keep plugging and we'll do better on Saturday. So lots of stuff coming down the line, guys. So make sure if you enjoy these videos, if they're doing you any good, if you're making any money off them whatsoever, because that's the point of this, make sure and hit that subscribe button down there, and that way we'll support the channel, and we'll try and keep this thing going. Prize Picks. We are an affiliate sponsor with Prize Picks, and if you haven't signed up yet, guys, please do. It's a fun way to play DFS. We're basically making parlay picks on number projections for certain players. It's really easy. It's really fun, and you can make some money on Prize Picks. I've cashed out now a couple of decent amounts. They pay very quickly, and now they've launched a new thing in their app where you can actually get same-day payouts for qualifying banks, which that's an industry-changing thing to me. I hope DraftKings and FanDuel are paying attention to what Prize Picks are doing, because if you can win on a Monday and have your money in your bank account by Tuesday, that's huge. I mean, that's a huge deal. That's why we're doing this, right? Is to make money. So make sure you get signed up with Prize Picks. Couple ways to do it that would really benefit the channel and help us out, and I'll explain to you how it'll help you out. If you click this banner that you see in the video right now, it should take you directly to the link to sign up using our code REGULAR. That's the key, our code REGULAR. You get full deposit match on your first deposit up to $100. You can also just go to prizepicks.com and type in, it'll say code in your sign up screen, just type REGULAR in right there. And the reason that could be important for you guys is because we're going to start a contest either this weekend or we're going to kick it off for NFL week next week, where I'm going to have a contest where you guys can win $25 free entries into Prize Picks. Free money, free plays. We're going to do what's called a winner's board. You guys are going to hit me up on Twitter. That's another thing you got to make sure you're doing. Follow me on Twitter at SandoDFS. Post your Prize Picks wins. Especially helpful if some of the wins are from some of our picks. And then we're going to get a little pool going. And whoever posts the best wins or the most wins that signed up using our code REGULAR, we're gonna give away some free entries for a Prize Picks contest. Just free money, basically, guys. So make sure you do that. And again, get signed up at Prize Picks as soon as you can and play along right here with us. We had a good day yesterday. We went 5 out of 6, I think. We just had one that didn't hit the board, but it was good. So we've been doing fairly well on our college football picks on Prize Picks, for Prize Picks, and we're going to keep going right here today. So enough about that. Again, follow me on Twitter at SandoDFS. Like button, subscribe button, notification bell, and get signed up using our code REGULAR at prizepicks.com. This Prize Picks has taken off, guys. So, yeah, absolutely, you're going to want to be involved. So let's switch over here to our Prize Picks board. I've already put my entries in because another thing, guys, get your entries in early because these lines can move and they can move quick. It was Last week on Thursday, as I was recording a video, I think it was a passing yard stat for somebody literally jumped 50 yards while we were making the video. So get these picks in early at Prize Picks. Get signed up and get these plays as early in the day as you can. So here's what I'm going to start out with. I have two plays that I love, and the third play I really do like. We're going to start with Ty Chandler, North Carolina versus Virginia Tech tonight. 79.5 rushing yards. I'm going to play him over that 79.5. I think North Carolina is going to try and run the ball as well as throw it with Sam Howell. Ty Chandler, I think, is going to get the majority of the carries. They ran the hell out of the ball last year against Virginia Tech. I don't know if Virginia Tech's defensive line has gotten much better, but they're going to run it. Obviously, they lost their top two running backs last year to the draft, and it looks like Ty Chandler's the guy that's going to step in and try and take over a majority of those carries. So I think he's going to get plenty of carries, plenty of opportunities. And again, Virginia Tech gave up a lot of yards on the ground last year to North Carolina and other teams, by the way. So I like Ty Chandler to have a 100-yard game tonight. So he's probably my favorite play. A close second in rushing yards is Evan Hall from Northwestern. Michigan State's defensive line was awful last year. And we know how Northwestern plays football. They just grind it out, short passes here and there, maybe take a shot, but they love to run the ball. And it looks like Evan Hall is going to be their feature back. And 46.5 yards just seems way too low. Even if Michigan State's defensive line and defensive front seven is better this year, Northwestern doesn't abandon their running game. They grind at you, grind at you, grind at you. So 46.5 just seems really low to me. So I'm going to I did already jump on that Evan Hall as the over there. Those are my two absolute favorite plays. The third one that I like here in rushing yards is Raheem Blackshear from Virginia Tech. And I like him under. He's not really the true. They've got some guys listed at co-starting running backs, but the guy who's going to get the majority of the snaps at running back, I believe, is not even Blackshear. It's Holston. I don't remember his first name. His last name is Holston. And he's supposed to be the feature back for Virginia Tech. He's not on this board. And the other thing about Raheem Blackshear is he's generally used as in passing downs, because he's really good at pass protection and he's good at catching the ball out of the backfield on them little swing passes and screen passes. So I don't think Blackshear is going to get very many carries at all, just directly under center, turn around and hand the ball off. Those are going to go to Holston. And so I have Raheem Blackshear. He might get 52.5 yards in the game, but I think the majority of those would come from passing. Because, again, he is generally a guy that's down, is a third down back or is in on passing downs because of his pass protection. So I like Blackshear under. I'm pretty confident about that pick as well. You never know what they're going to do with running back rotations when you have a team that basically has two or three running backs they list as starters. But this one stood out to me because I just don't think he's going to get that many carries directly from under center. So those are the three of my favorite plays, and they happen to be in rushing yards. Let me give you a couple other ones that I like here. I'll go to receiving yards. I don't do this very often, but Emory Simmons from North Carolina seems very low to me. Obviously, again, North Carolina replacing their two stud running backs. They both went to the NFL. I think Simmons is going to be one of the featured guys for North Carolina as they, try and figure out where all the carries are going to come from to replace the production from last year. I think Simmons is going to get plenty of opportunities to run the ball. They ran the ball against Virginia Tech very well last year. 51.5 just seems too low to me, so I'm definitely playing him over in receiving yards because they lost their two. All right, confusing myself. They also lost two of their best wide receivers as well as their running backs. Let's start this over. To the NFL. And I think Simmons could be their one of the breakout receivers for this year. I would think his number would be closer to the 67 or 70. Just for the record, I like both these guys over, but Simmons at 51.5 seems too low in receiving yards because Sam Howell is going to throw it. And again, they're replacing their top two receivers from last year, and Simmons should get every opportunity. So let's real quick jump over to passing yards. I've got two plays here that I really like, and then a third one that I'm warm on, and so you do with it what you want. Sam Howell. This is very interesting to me. 304.5 passing yards. We know Sam Howell's a Heisman Trophy candidate. We know he can sling it all over the yard. He had 2 games last year over 400 yards passing and 1 game over 500. However, those were the only 3 games, including the Virginia Tech game last year, that he threw for over 300 yards. Every other game that they played, and I think they played 10 or 11, he was under, as good as he was and as good as he is, he was under 300 yards passing. They do a really good job, and look, some will say, well, that's because they handed off to we had those 2 stud running backs last year. That's true, but just because those 2 guys are gone doesn't mean they're going to stop running the football or stop attempting to run the football. And I found it very interesting that for as great as this guy is and the way he can sling it, he might end up being the number 1 overall pick when it's all said and done in next year's draft. But I'm going to play him under. I like him under 304. Again, only 3 games last year did he throw for over 300, and those games were against some really bad teams, and he threw for way over 300. So I'm going to take a chance here tonight and put Sam Howell at the under. And then Colorado State, Todd Centile. Okay. Colorado State is a team that does kind of like to run the ball, but they're playing South Dakota State, which is a Division II, FBS now, opponent. They're a good one, but they still are a Division II opponent. And Centile has a couple of a really good receiving duo. They have the tight end. Let me look him up here. Trey McBride, the tight end, is a great receiver, and pair him with Dante Wright, who was all Mountain West receiver last year, led the Mountain West, I think, in receiving yards and possibly receptions. This is a great duo, and they're going to throw to these guys. They'd be stupid not to. They're very productive. So not even 175 yards passing for Centile. I think he's definitely over that tonight, even for a team that really doesn't like to throw the ball that much. You factor in the opponent, you factor in the weapons he has to throw to, he's going to get them the ball, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get a couple, 3 big plays out of it, and those yards add up real quick. And when we're talking, way less than 200 yards, I really like Centile as an overplay tonight. And then Old Dominion versus Wake Forest and Sam Hartman. Wake Forest, they are looking for a breakout season this year. There's no doubt about it. They're very confident about what they have, relative to what they have had at Wake Forest. And Sam Hartman is going to sling it all over the yard. So I think he gets 300 yards passing tonight against a really bad defensive team and bad overall team in ODU, but certainly horrible in pass defense. I don't think Sam Hartman will have any trouble going over 287 yards, getting over 300 yards passing. So that's it, guys. That's the plays. My favorite plays: Ty Chandler, running back, North Carolina, over 79.5. Evan Hull, running back, Northwestern, over 46.5. Rasheem Blackshear, Virginia Tech, under 52.5. Sam Howell, quarterback from North Carolina. I know this is going against the grain a little bit, but I like him under 304. And then Hartman for Wake Forest over, and certainly Centile from Colorado State. We're going to go over the 172.5. Again, get these picks in as early as you can, guys, if you're going to play tonight. hurry up and get signed up at Prize Picks. Use our code regular, or again, I'm going to flip back over here, and you see this banner right here. You should be able to click on that. It'll take you right to the link to sign up. You'll use our code, and then you can start playing and being entered in some of our contests that we have coming up. Like button, subscribe button. Good luck to all of us tonight. Watch for our DFS videos and our handicap video coming out tomorrow for some of the games. A lot of stuff going on, guys, so I appreciate you tuning in as always. Very, very much appreciate you tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time, which won't be very long from now. Good luck to all of us tonight.